The drop in solar energy was detected nearly 5 years ago. Since that time, a worldwide effort has been underway to determine the cause and find a way to control or reverse the effects. This is one of thousands of automated weather monitoring stations in the world. And this morning, on this sunny July day, the temperature here is 39 degrees. Last year on this date was 58. The year before, 85. At this rate, by next year, it will be below freezing here, year-round.
Okay, let me tell Slate that. Alright, Jerry, you can cut now. I think we've got it.
So what's after this? After you finish the documentary?
Oh, I'm not making any long-term plans these days.
We still have a year.
A
Maybe
year?
even 2. And if there's a fusion breakthrough, maybe 10 times that.
I'm still waiting for a miracle. To hell with scientists.
I'm a scientist.
Oh, right.
Can we go now? It's too cold.
There will be survivors. Who could be 2 of those?
And spend the rest of our lives wandering around in the cold, looking for bugs to eat and something to burn every night? You are such a romantic.
Thank you for contacting NASA. For more information on global temperature drop, please visit NASA's Information Center at...
Traitors!
The President's office has received your request regarding the world climate crisis. Please be assured that the President has the nation's top scientists working around the clock.
Your inquiry regarding the solar crisis has been received by the Central Intelligence Agency. We have referred your information to our agent, Adrian Connor, at our San Diego office. Please call the following number to arrange an interview. 619-538-0890.
The burning of wood is illegal in most areas now, but the ordinances are often ignored and unenforced. And sites like this are all too common. There was a time when families would come to a place like this for an afternoon barbecue. Now the forests are under martial law. No one is allowed in. But few manage to get past these guys. Those who come in illegally only come at night, armed with chainsaws and rifles. They cut what they can and get out, probably in less than an hour. They risk prison time and being at the wrong end of an M16. Sorry. Can I start again?
You could pick. Would you want to be warm and live for 1 year? Or freezing, but you live for 5 years?
Which one is this?
This is the man who's going to save the world.
Right, the fourth one is weak.
I think you'll find this one interesting.
Dr. Thomas Train, former head of research at Sanford Laboratories, 3 years ago suffered a psychotic breakdown. I remember hearing about this. This guy was in the news. He was like way up there in the Einstein crowd, and then he just seemed to disappear.
Thank you for agreeing to talk to me. I tried everyone. You know who I am? Who I was? Yes, of course, you would have checked.
You were saying?
I was saying that I tried to get NASA to listen, and then I tried the president.
So you contacted us because you have some information regarding the cause or the cure of our solar crisis.
Yes, I've been doing some research. I've made a discovery.
You do know that the top scientists from around the world have been working on the problem for years now.
Yes, but they won't listen to me either.
And what is your discovery?
It's very technical.
We've had a few science courses. Why don't you run it by us?
There's a magnetic field. Do you have a gun?
A gun? Why do you ask?
This is secret information. People would kill me to know this.
What people are you talking about?
There's a magnetic field.
And this magnetic field is causing the problem?
Yes.
Can you tell us any more about it?
It's controlled by the aliens.
Okay, good. That helps. We have a special division that handles any alien things. Let us take this information to them and we'll have them contact you.
How long will that take? We don't have much time, you know.
Just a couple of days. Listen, I promise you someone will be out to talk to you within the week, okay?
I am so tired of being cold. I can't wait to get back to San Diego.
But it's colder there.
I know, but it's home.
How's it going, pal?
It's gotta be a cold night.
Same as last.
Are you a businessman?
Oh yeah. You a cop?
Oh no.
That's right.
How much?
50?
For one?
50.
I'll give you 40.
Hey, this isn't a buyer's market. The price is 50. Hey, put that under your coat, man.
Is that propane? How much?
More than you can spend, pal.
my room.
I have something for you.
I don't believe it. How did you...
3 kilograms of propane. Worth it? Would you like?
Thank you. Thank you.
We're all ready to go now, Karina.
Okay. We'll start with a tight shot of you, then we'll pan over to the snow as you explain the effect. What is it again?
Compounding.
As you explain the compounding effect. Okay.
As Earth becomes colder, another mechanism comes into play that unfortunately makes things even worse. As the temperature drops and the climate changes, snowfall increases. Since snow is very reflective, it causes more and more of the dwindling sunlight to be reflected back into space. This is called the compounding effect, and it accelerates.
Wait!
What is it, Karina?
That car!
Gerard, grab the first aid kit.
Is he dead?
No, but he's nearly frozen to death. Gerard, go bring the truck over. We'll get you a doctor. Any luck?
He's on his way. How's he doing?
Oh, he seems to be doing all right.
Derek.
You know me?
Oh, yes, but you wore a pocket protector last time I saw you.
Dr. Train?
I know you have a PhD of your own now. Call me Thomas.
I don't think I can, Doctor. Force of habit. Dr. Train, he worked with my father for about 10 years.
11.
11 years. You're quite the team. Came pretty close to sharing a Nobel Prize. Until, Dr. Train, this is Karina. She's making a documentary about...
Yes, I know. Very nice to meet you.
And this is Gerard. Karina's,
Crew. He's my crew.
Pleased to meet you, Doctor.
So what are we doing way out here?
Looking for you. I heard about the documentary, that you were out here somewhere.
Me? Why?
First, I tried all my old research associates. None of them would take my calls. Then I tried NASA. I consulted to them for 6 years. Never heard a word back from them. I even sent a message to the president. Nothing. Finally, the CIA said they would listen. But then, they tried to kill me. He came to my house, the CIA man. And he came after me. He shot me. Strange. Lots of strange things these days. Derek, you have to make them listen to me. I've been doing experiments on the air.
What kind of experiment?
Something about a Magnetic field. No, that doesn't make any sense. What was I thinking?
He's here.
No!
He'll be fine. Let him rest.
What was that about? Experiments? Magnetic field?
I think he's trying to be helpful, but he's having some kind of delusions. He's not making any sense, and on some level, he knows it. There were incidents. Dr. Train used to be highly respected and very well known. But then he started making these really bizarre claims, tried to have these papers published that were just crazy.
So he's a mental case.
Gerard?
This was a couple of years ago. I should have paid more attention. I should have contacted him. Try to help him then.
It's not pure, and it certainly isn't simple. Look, we've analyzed samples from all over the world. There's nothing out of the ordinary. It's just normal air. What we're seeing, it cannot be happening.
So I guess it's just our imaginations that we're freezing our asses off.
I can hear your discussion all the way down the hall. Is there a problem?
Sorry, Dr. Bath. We're just all a little frustrated.
Now, what's behind all this frustration?
Well, some of our recent experiments have failed for no reason at all.
And we're not the only ones.
No reason. There's always a reason. Poor protocol, poor technique, poor procedure. Look, if you're having trouble with your experiments, you come to me. I'm the problem solver, right?
Dr. Van? I'm Karina Lowe.
Oh yes, you're making the documentary.
Yes.
Pleased to meet you. Sit down.
We're shooting some scenes here, and I'd like to get some on-camera commentary from you, if you don't mind. I've written an outline. It's just a talking headshot, but since you're the director of the center, I think it's important that you appear.
It'd be my pleasure.
We're setting up in the main conference room. Would 2 o'clock tomorrow be okay?
2 p.m. would be fine, yes.
Now, just for my notes. Your doctorate is in...
My doctorates are in organic chemistry and physics.
Oh, I see.
And you're a college girl? Tell me you're not just beautiful.
Bachelor's in communications. And you've been at the center now for...
4 years. I started as head of research, became director 6 weeks later. It just happens.
Okay then. Thank you.
Until tomorrow.
And the Russian and Japanese teams are are reporting no new progress. The last time we'll see temperatures above freezing will be in the next 4.5 months. So that'll only be near the equator.
The fusion research facility at Socorro is way ahead of anyone else on the planet. They think they're only 2 years away from sustained fusion. That's too late, of course. But there is some optimism. They think they can just pull it off a little sooner. If they can do it, it's still going to be close. Both of the nuclear power plant leaks have been contained, but the plumes are still spreading. The plume outside of Sacramento now covers about 10,000 square miles, and it has reached Nevada border. Here in France, the plume is only half as big, but the radiation level is much higher. On top of that, there's a new rumor. There's been another accident in Russia, currently being denied. Dr. Bath, this is Karina. She's doing the documentary.
I've already had the pleasure.
Yes, Dr. Vath has 2 PhDs, you know. Have you looked over your outline for tomorrow?
Oh yes, I have a photographic memory.
Of course.
I'm looking forward to my scene.
I'm looking forward to shooting you. I'm gonna need a wider lens to fit his whole head in the picture.
That guy's the #1 hope for mankind right now.
Yes, and he knows it.
I'm gonna go see how Dr. Train is doing. You wanna go?
Sure.
I rarely have visitors. This is nice. Would anyone like a donut? I'm not sure how old they are. Maybe I have some cookies.
We're fine, Dr. Train. Why don't you join us?
Burrowing owls.
What?
Burrowing owls. There, that's called a burrowing owl. But they don't really burrow. What they do is wait for a rattlesnake or some other predator to eat the prairie dog that built the burrow. Then they move in. That's what they do.
They?
The aliens.
Dr. Train, you know there are no aliens.
I used to think that. I used to. But now it's so clear, so obvious, and so effective.
Well, that's impossible.
It's a perfect plan. They do something to our air. Something that we can't figure out. Something that stops enough sunlight that within a few years we're all but eradicated. All they have to do is wait. They are clever, these aliens. Clever and patient. They wait, we freeze. Then, when there aren't enough of us left to put up a fight, they fix it. Let the air go back to normal. Let the earth warm up again and move in. It's brilliant, really. They can take over entire planets without firing a shot, without damaging a single building, bridge, dam, or power plant. You see? Preserving the whole infrastructure. What do you say now?
Dr. Train, you know better than that. How can you entertain such an idea? Okay? How did the aliens get here? Warp drive? Come on. And why such an elaborate scheme? Why don't they just vaporize us all with their disintegrator ray? Now, doesn't it just sound silly?
The way you say it.
Could I have some more coffee? doesn't seem like he was all there.
Yeah, he's really losing it. He used to have a brilliant mind.
That was just weird about the alien prairie dogs.
No, he was saying we are the prairie dogs.
Oh. Then who are the snakes?
What are you listening to?
Do you date?
Date?
Yes. Date. You know, go out.
Yes, I know what dating means. I mean, I was just... Never mind. Yes, I date. Well, I'm not. Not now. But I do. I mean, I did. And I will again. At least I intend to. I mean, I've been busy.
Any long-term relationships?
Why do you ask?
You're so intense with your work. I was wondering if there had been any room in your life.
Yes, sure.
How long?
The longest?
Yes. You don't mind my asking?
No, I don't mind. About 2 years.
Really?
You sound surprised.
No? That's good.
And you?
3 years, 7 months. So, how many women have you, if you don't mind my asking?
No. It's just that
No, I'm sorry, I should
It's okay, really. Just caught me off guard.
Let's just forget.
6.
6. 6 is a good number. You want to know how many?
No.
It's not that.
No.
I'm gonna need some of your gas. I said I'm gonna need some of your gas.
You should do something.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know, just get out there now.
I'm not going out there.
Great. People are freezing to death, and you're out stealing gas?
I don't need a fucking lecture. What I need is some of your gas.
All right. The world's facing bigger issues right now. We don't need people like you causing more problems. Get out of here.
Don't forget to clean the windshield.
I would have given a gas if you'd asked nice. Well,
Hey, come on, let's go. It's too cold here.
Better go.
yeah, right. Well, good night.
Good night.
She hates the cold. No, I mean she really hates it. She once told me about this time when she was 6 years old. She got ice skates for Christmas.
Tomorrow we'll go to the rink and you can try them, Karina. Won't that be fun?
You can bet she had a mind of her own, even back then. She couldn't wait. She only remembers going a little ways onto the ice. They got her out just in time. But for months after that, and even once in a while now, she says she wakes up in the middle of the night, warm as toast. Can't stop shivering.
Gerard, what are you doing? That better not be my camera.
There's dirt or something in the lens movement. Here, listen.
We're shooting with Dr. Bath in 10 minutes. 10 minutes! You know Dr. Bath, the god of research?
No problem.
10 minutes, Gerard. 10 minutes!
No problem.
Right.
I understand what you're trying to capture here. Why don't you just let me paraphrase and add a few of my own comments?
Fine. We're ready then. Just start whenever you want.
Okay. Cataclysm, catastrophe, Armageddon. These are words we hear all too often these days. But while the consequences of our current situation are unique in the history of man, we should keep in mind that the human race has faced many ordeals that at their time seemed no less devastating, that tested the very endurance and fortitude of man. Plague, wars, the development of weapons capable of ending all life on the earth as we know it. As yet, I cannot say when or how, but it is my belief that we will survive. And we will triumph once again. And when we do, we will emerge from this abyss, not just as survivors, but as stronger beings in a better, more unified world.
That was good.
You inspire me.
Come on, I want to show you something. Not very impressive, I know.
No, this is interesting.
It's just a setup for measuring how much sunlight gets through the air.
I see. Use a laser source.
Yes, the air samples are captured in these blocks. Then we put the sample here like this, and the light that gets through hits this detector here. Let me show you. Here, put these on. See here? Before all this started, the sample will get a reading near 100. As you can see, the attenuation is significant.
So, what do you think is going on? Industrial pollutant? Some reactive chemical?
No, I'm afraid it's much more perplexing than that. No one has been able to find anything out of the ordinary. It's just air. You're an out-of-the-box thinker. What do you think?
It's really not my field. Down there, looking at molecules. But I guess, if I couldn't find anything, I'd question the assumptions. You know, instead of looking for something that shouldn't be there, maybe try looking for something that should be there, but isn't.
Here it is. He's the one who got me started, your dad. We thought it made us look suave, sophisticated. Thought it would get us more female attention.
Did it work?
It seemed to, for him.
I bet.
It's not what you think. I knew him better than anyone. He was absolutely faithful to your mother.
I know I'll never understand why they separated. Of course, I went through the whole guilt phase back then, thinking it was somehow my fault. Such a long time ago.
He loved his work, even to the point of neglecting his family. You can understand that.
Sure, intellectually.
Sit. Come on, give that old pipe a try. It was his favorite. He'd be honored.
I don't know. I don't want to start a bad habit.
One time only, a tribute to a friend and a father. Now don't inhale. Just pull the smoke into your mouth.
It's not so bad.
You remind me so much of him. That's a compliment.
I'm not a quarter of a man my father was.
He was so capable, so in control of his life, but he never seemed to be aware of it. Never seemed to know how easy he made it all seem to us mortals.
I wish I was like that.
I should cuff you and pat you down.
Derek! Just what have you been smoking?
You tell me.
Serious stuff, that's for sure. This is ketamine, an animal tranquilizer. More importantly, a class 3 hallucinogen in small doses. Larger dose knocks you out, little more knocks you out permanently. Chronic users may eventually suffer permanent brain damage, growing paranoia, recurring hallucinations, and possibly liver failure.
How does somebody get hold of it?
It'd be hard. You'd have to be a vet or a zookeeper or have pictures of your pharmacist with a German Shepherd.
I checked the return address. There is no Green Leaf Tobacco Company anywhere.
So someone has gone to the trouble of putting this ketamine into tobacco and sending it to Dr. Train?
Every 2 weeks for a few years now. I bought him some fresh tobacco to replace this.
Dr. Train, he seems like such a nice man. Who would want to hurt him?
I don't know. I can't imagine he has any real enemies. In fact, he was very much respected and admired. If not for his bizarre behavior, he would have been the person the world would have turned to in this crisis. Even more so than Dr. Beck.
You think?
Nah. I mean, sure. Dr. Vance is egotistical. Okay, an asshole. But this is diabolical. Criminal.
Doesn't seem like that much of a stretch to me.
He risks the end of his career, professional humiliation, prison time, all for what?
Just to be known as a savior of the whole world. What?
Well, all these failed experiments. Dr. Vance certainly has access. If he wants to prevent others from making progress. But, nah, just speculation. We have no proof it's him.
So let's find proof.
Let's not get carried away, Nancy Drew. Leave any investigating to the professionals. you crazy?
There's...
What were you thinking?
But...
What if he caught you? We don't know what he's capable of.
There's a picture. He's got a contact at the zoo. You said they use ketamine to tranquilize animals. It can't be a coincidence. It has to be him.
But it's not proof.
So we need to find proof.
No, we don't. We need to stay away from him. Seriously. He could be very dangerous. Even if it is him, and we find the proof, we can't turn him in.
What?
Everyone, the world, is looking to him for an answer. And if he succeeds, no one will prosecute him. And if he fails, it doesn't really matter. Frozen is frozen, in or out of jail. Let it go. Stay away from him.
Any other orders, sir? Do you think Dr. Train will be okay?
It went on for a long time. Maybe he'll be okay. I hope so.
Me too. When did you lose your father?
6 years ago. He had a congenital heart problem, so he knew his time was limited. At least it was peaceful. They said it happened in his sleep. Still, what about you? Are your parents still alive?
Yes. Alive and well. And still together. They're so good together. Always have been. Sometimes I feel guilty for having such a wonderful family.
No, that's good. That's excellent. Be proud.
This is good. So what other hidden talents do you have?
Talent? I pretty much picked it at random.
To honesty then.
Honesty. You know, the latest temperature modeling shows the process is accelerating.
Accelerating?
Yes, I know that's not good news, but it is interesting.
Interesting.
I'm working on a new algorithm that's even more precise.
Algorithm? Can't this wait till tomorrow?
Massive atmospheric influence. Massive climatic changes.
What's the difference between climatic and climactic? Ooh, lucky number 7.
Hello? Gerard? Yeah, just... What? Okay.
on site at Socorro Fusion Research Facility, where the explosion occurred. The first thing we need to make clear is that officials are saying that this explosion did not involve any nuclear material. I am told that the explosion occurred in the steam generator, which apparently is much like a boiler. 7 people have been confirmed dead. 11 are missing. I spoke with one scientist here who said the damage is extensive and that rebuilding of this facility would take many months. We will continue to provide you with more details as we receive them. Again, a terrible explosion here, a terrible blow to the fusion program, but no release of any radiation.
It's like a maze in here.
I know, I got lost trying to find the bathroom.
Gross.
I've got it covered here.
Derek?
Those are for big cats. Lions, tigers, cheetahs. Just one of these would kill a man instantly. Or a woman. I see you got my invitation. Do you know how these work? It's simple, really. They're pressurized with air. Penetrates the flesh, the seal is broken, and the air forces the plunger, like this. That's locked. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Isn't it obvious? What's the phrase? I'm showing you I'm interested in you. I'm making a pass at you. No, it's too crude. I'm courting you. I must confess I'm not very good at this. You probably find that surprising. A man of my accomplishments and stature. Awkward around women. I think things go better for the first encounter with a few cc's of cooperation.
You're insane.
Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. Haven't you heard? It's the end of the world.
Derek, what are you doing up here, man?
What do you mean?
You and Karina, room 201? 1 o'clock?
No, those could hurt you. It works quickly, doesn't it? You might start seeing things. might be pleasant. Or terrifying, they tell me. Now isn't that better? Yes, it'll go much better for both of us if you relax. Derek. Well, this is awkward.
Think good thoughts. We know about Dr. Train. The ketamine? You're done.
You don't know anything.
I know your ego far exceeds your talent. That's why you have to resort to drugging your competition.
Oh, you think that's why I did it? You thought I was afraid that Train would save the world and be the hero? Train wasn't competition. He was a pathetic old man, a fraud, just like your father. I worked with him. Did you know that? Back then, I was an intern. I did all the work. All those ideas, they were mine. Did anyone care? No. I never got any recognition. That close to a Nobel. All because of me. But I exacted my revenge. I ruined his career and his reputation. A fate worse than death, I'm sure. And I'd have done it to your father had he lived.
That's an interesting perspective. Here's another one. Two great men. Sincere, talented, and brilliant. And one wannabe, with ambition and desire, but lacking in ability. He makes up for his shortcomings by pointing his fingers at everyone else, because he can't face the truth. Compared to them, he's a failure.
No. I'm a great man. Everyone knows it. The world knows it. The world is counting on me. I am the hope of mankind. And you are in the way. You were in the way.
No! God damn it! We need you! The Socorro facility damages. Fusion's off the table. It's not going to happen. This is supposed to be our regular brainstorming session. Does anyone have anything? Yes, Don.
I just wanted to say, I never liked Dr. Bath, but I don't know. At least there was hope.
This will be a ghost town in another week. Everyone's leaving the cities. People wake up and their neighbors are gone. Next day, they're gone themselves.
Where will you go?
North. Canada. I thought it through. Everyone is heading south. I think it'll last a little longer. In the north, less people. Maybe less violence. The plants and animals are already used to the cold weather, so the food might last a little longer. Come with me, Karina.
have my family here. And Gerard, I need to, I want to be with them and...
It's going to get bad. Really bad.
All the more reason why I should stay here.
Well, in the next life, I have dibs on you. Karina,
Me too.
Yeah. Hello? What? It's 2 in the morning. What? All right. Yeah. Okay.
I still see things sometimes, Derek. And I still get confused. Will it always be that way?
No, not much longer.
You were right, you know.
Right? Right about what?
That's why I called you. Just like your father. Always right. You always make it look so easy. Remember what you said? What if something's missing? All the researchers, they're all looking for something that's in the air. What if it's not something that's in the air, but something that's not in the air?
Thomas, they're not stupid. If something was missing, they'd have realized that by now.
You're right. But I have proof now, Derek. Real solid proof. Can I just tell you what's missing?
Then can I finish my coffee and go home?
If you want to, after you know.
Okay. What's missing?
Heavy hydrogen.
I see. Great.
Do you even know what heavy hydrogen is?
The better question is, do I care what heavy hydrogen is? Of course I know. It's a hydrogen atom with a neutron, so it's twice as heavy as normal hydrogen, So that's why it's called heavy hydrogen. But its official name is deuterium. And its symbol is D2.
So you know. Normally, there's a tiny amount of heavy hydrogen in all of our water vapor, but it's gone. Now, all the water vapor samples only contain regular hydrogen.
Dr. Train, as crazy as it all sounds, I want to believe you. I really do. But look, you've said and done some crazy things. You remember when you thought somebody had shot you? Listen to what you're saying. Missing heavy hydrogen? It's ridiculous. But even if it was true, we both know that missing heavy hydrogen would not, could not, affect the amount of sunlight reaching Earth.
You're right. But look at these two facts, Doctor. Two very odd things are happening at the same time. One, the planet is freezing to death. And two, there's no longer any heavy hydrogen in our atmosphere, in our clouds. Either these two things are related, or this is the most bizarre coincidence known in the history of man. So, it raises a very good question. How could heavy hydrogen even enter into this? I have no answer.
No one does. And that's why it's time to face the hard facts. We have failed. We will freeze.
I said I have no answer. But I do have two theories.
Right. Magnetic fields? What else? Solar flares?
My first theory is that this is just an effect of some extraordinary new chemical or physical principle or process.
I see. Okay. What's theory number 2?
You're not going to like this one.
I didn't like the first one.
If the aliens are doing something to our air, then maybe the loss of heavy hydrogen is accidental, unintended. It's like they left a fingerprint, a clue.
There is no fingerprint. There is no clue. Because there are no aliens. God.
Derek, I've taken air samples and added heavy hydrogen to them in the normal proportion. You remember the attenuation I showed you before? Gone. The air goes back to normal. I'll show you. See this? This is a recent air sample. See that? 38.5. Now this is a sample with heavy hydrogen added. That's the stuff. $95.7. I've done it 100 times, Derek. Checked and rechecked everything. So, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking you may be mad, but I also know you're a genius. Maybe you're a mad genius. But I'm thinking, what if it's true? What if it is true? It just seems so unreal. I mean, just like that. Hope is back?
Just like that. Derek, I need you. You have the resources. You have the connections.
Well, they still have to verify it. Then, if it works, they still have to find out why.
But there's no time for that. It works. Let the researchers figure out the whys later.
We need to do something now.
Well, we could.
What?
We could get a hold of heavy hydrogen as much as we can. Mount the pressurized cylinders on aircraft. Big aircraft. Well, any aircraft. Set them up to ignite the heavy hydrogen as it's released at high altitude. It will form heavy water vapor. Heavy water vapor trails. Once it starts to work, if it starts to work, the whole scientific community, the whole world, would instantly rally behind us.
Then maybe the aliens would get frustrated and leave. Sorry, I forgot. No aliens. So, are we going to do it?
You're not going to believe this, Dad. But your friend, Thomas and I, we're going to save the world.
Isn't there someone you should share this with?
The worldwide response has been phenomenal. And as the dispersion effort continues, we all wait and hope for positive signs. We are all united now, as never before. One world, under one sky, under one fragile atmosphere, where the common vapor trail has become the universal symbol of our hope.
When will we know for sure?
In a couple of months.
Ow!
It's too hot.
Here you go, Doc. Thanks.
The latest figures released today show the atmosphere is now more than 90% back to normal, and most scientists are declaring the crisis officially over. Meanwhile, repairs are being completed at the